for another game, and today we're gonna do something different. We're gonna play a little bit of Alien Legacy. It's a pretty old game, but pretty nice. As you can see, it's played from DOSBox, al.exe, and actually has a quite nice intro. That's why I didn't want to skip the intro, but the intro can only be played when you start the game. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mute myself now with my yogurt, and we'll just watch the intro. So here we go.
Good day, Captain. I'm prepared to brief you on the situation. After entering the Beta Caeli system, I scanned for radio frequency and energy emissions and find no evidence of current habitation on the planet Gaia. Probes verified Gaia as an M-class world. Wake-up sequence was initiated and automated construction packages were launched. Primary wake-up sequence engaged. Life signs nominal. Neural activity approaching target values. Construction of the facilities were completed. Factories were brought online. Habitats and laboratories were stocked. Preparations complete. The final wake-up code was entered to awaken you and your advisors, as well as the 2,000 scientists, soldiers, and engineers. I now officially relinquish command authority to you, Captain. Responsibility for the future of the colony and perhaps all of humanity is now yours.
And there we go. So I'll give the quick overview of the storyline. So what happens is mankind spreads throughout the home solar system. After a while we encounter an unknown probe, or an alien probe, that fights its way through the human defenses. About 90% of all the probes get destroyed, but one missile escapes, enters the Earth atmosphere, and causes massive devastation. So the humans then determine that the probe was sent from Alpha Centauri. They then build a battle fleet to go to Alpha Centauri to go and beat them. So we're like, you don't do this shit to us. They send this battle fleet to Alpha Centauri that has initial some successes, and then it reports that it's going to engage a massive armada. And that's the last report they get from that battle fleet, so they assume that they've been destroyed. So humanity decides to build also a massive defensive armada, but not to put all the eggs in one basket. They're also going to build seed ships, and we are in control of one of the seed ships that has been sent to Beta Caeli. Just taking a bit of coffee because it's bloody early here. So we've been sent to Beta Caeli with 2,000 people to colonize in case Earth does fall. The human race will continue, and they've sent out about 18 or 19 of these ships. What happens en route is that we get a message saying that a second ship has been sent to Beta Caeli. It's the Tantalus. They departed 20 years later, but they will arrive about 20 years early because of a better engine. And when we arrive here, we're just to report to Captain Johanna, who is in charge, and we will be her executive officer. So our game is very simple. We press start game. There's already a thriving colony, and we just need to go and, shuffle some papers. Oh, screen went black because OBS decided to give me an update. Yep, back to the game. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna press start the game. That's why the screen moved a little bit just now, because OBS did something weird. Just checking to see if everything is in the picture. Is everything in the picture? Yeah, I need to move it a little bit. Let's make OBS a bit bigger. Dismiss. I don't want any stupid updates from OBS. Let's make you a little bit smaller, move you around a little bit, so that we actually have everything in the picture. Yeah, I think that should be it. Do we have everything? So you go there, you go there. I think I have got everything now in the picture. If I now go Alt Enter. Yeah, looks like it. Alright, so we're gonna stick with this one. We're gonna start a new game.
Greetings, Captain. Scientist Patel reporting for duty as your science advisor and executive officer. The other advisors are at their posts and anxious to get underway with our mission objectives. I suggest you refer to them for any advice or questions you may have. We are currently in orbit around the planet we call Gaia, an Earth-like world on which one of our probes impacted. The probe's telemetry indicates the current location is an excellent place to start our first colony. The probe has already initiated the colony at grid coordinates D2 on the Mercator map. We should send the resources engineer Antonelli request to that colony as quickly as possible.
Lovely. So I'm just gonna make sure that speed is 1. You can just change this by pressing number 1 through to number 00 speed, then quickest. This is speed 1. Add a little bit of a run already to get myself familiarized with the game again. And we will call this a new game. Save. Let's delete all the other ones. Delete, yes. New, delete, yes. Save game 2, delete, yes. And delete, yes. So we're gonna go with new game, save. And we'll take it from there. Again, it's a nice, easy peasy bit of music with it. So this is your bridge. These are your advisors. That's a little robot that drives out of that quite often. No idea why. Let's have to check with the military guy.
Once we have established our presence on Gaia, sir, I request a ship for a scouting mission along the nearby borders of our first colony. When we get the chance, sir, I suggest we attempt a few recon missions on Gaia. I hope we can discern something of the Tantalus's fate, assuming it arrived here.
There we go. So this is already the indicator. Tantalus, they read the message, because you have in your message log, you've got a message saying that the Tantalus should have arrived and built the colonies, but they've found no sign of the Tantalus yet. Now, this is a military guy. They always have 2 things to say. It's fully speeched, but they only say it once.
Navigator Giacomo, sir. We currently have 4 vessels ready for your orders. Each ship has a very limited cargo and fuel capacity, but they should be more than adequate for our first few sorties. One ship has enough room to transport the robots we need to construct our first habitat on Gaia. We should not send any humans to a new colony until there is a habitat there to house them.
Very correct.
Engineer Antonelli reporting for duty. Sir, we do have nearly 2,000 crew members on board, still in cryogenic hibernation. We can awaken them only when we've provided enough living space on the Calypso. Our system will automatically wake up blocks of 50 colonists at regular intervals, space permitting. Our pre-seeded colony on Gaia seems to have all of the necessary materials except robots. At least 5 robots should be sent to the Gaia colony to begin constructing a habitat. We should not send any personnel until we have provided shelter for them.
Alrighty, I think we've done everyone except for science.
While we've been orbiting Gaia, I've performed a geological scan of its surface. The probe report generated by this scan is in your PDA under the library option.
Oh, thank you.
Engineer Antonelli will know what resources we will need for our first habitat. You may want to confer with her.
Sorry. Alright, so from these advisors, with the exception of the robot, there's always 2 versions. So if you don't like a certain advisor, you can just pack them in a ship, send them away, and then you get the backup advisor. Let's go to technology. They've already discovered a little bit of a technology that, well, they've not discovered it, but something we can research. It's only this one here. Press invent. Takes 10 turns to invent it. Robot.
Captain, we experienced a systems failure during our journey here. It will be necessary for me to repair the system.
Advise.
While en route to Beta Caeli, we flew through a magnetic storm. I am in the process of rebuilding our main memory core. I will alert you as each section is brought back online.
The main memory core is in your PDA. And the PDA is actually pretty well built up. So if you have pointers things like when possible send probes to every planet in the solar system, and you go like, yeah, I don't need to read that, you delete. and it's gone. So this is our objective at the moment, 5 robots to D2 on Gaia. That's in the log in the library. We've got the mission orders and the data on the Tantalus and the Gaia probe. So this will fill up, right? So distance from star, etc., etc. This will all be filled out better and better. You'll get biological reports and stuff like that. So it's quite nice. This is a video on the Tantalus. So if you want to see the Tantalus departing, you just look at that one. That's our status. We're losing a bit of ore because we've got our ore miner and damage. We've not lost anything yet. Alright, let's get the game going. Let's go to the bridge. Let's go here. So we've got 4 planes. First things first. Our shippy here is just costing resources. We don't want that. So we're gonna go and tell the laboratory to go offline. You to go offline. You to go... Come on, where are you? Offline and you offline. 00000. Beautiful. What we need is a couple more housing because we need people. And straight away offline and offline. The reason for this is we don't want it to use any resources, but I want at least 300 people to be awake so we can get things going. Now we're gonna send a probe mission to Rhea, and you're gonna take 10 fuel. Alright, so this what it does, right, it can fly up to 2,000 energy costs, and each energy represents 1,000, so with this we can refuel it a few times as well. Launch. It can't refuel en route, but if you build a space station, it'll have 10. We've waited too long already. Prometheus is out of range, a bit of a hassle. Hermes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Probe. Is Ares within range? No, Ares is also out of range. We need to wait for Prometheus to come within range. So those are the 3 important ones. Hermes, Rhea, Prometheus. And while we're doing that, we're going to go on an exploration mission to Gaia. And we're going to take robots, because we need to bring robots. Now you could do transport and then let the time run a bit. We're going to do exploration, launch, because it's more efficient. And unload and leave. And the reason for this is you are instantaneously back at the ship, and it's easier to do it that way. Launch and unload and leave. What we need is about 100 droids. We need about 100 life support. Those are the 2 things you can't really find on the planet. And then for everything else, we're just gonna go and grab it from the planet itself. So we've got 90 droids now. Exploration. We'll take another 20 droids in the first 10. Launch. Unload, leave. And we'll do a little bit more exploration. Launch. That brings us up nicely to 50. Unload, leave. There's a safety system. If I would not accidentally load humans, it'll tell me there are no habitats, you can't unload them. That brings us up to 80, and let's take the last one, exploration. Now I'm gonna take my scientist, because I don't really like her that much. Or better yet, I like the replacement much better, which is a German scientist, and everybody should have a German scientist. There we go. So yeah, every time you launch a scientist or a real person, sort of real person, you get that little video. So, our colony, our first colony. Lovely. Let's see what they have to say.
Captain, our transport ship has delivered the robots to New Terra on Gaia. I suggest you take a look at the colony and begin construction of a habitat. Our scanners are getting powerful magnetic pulses from Sector E7. I feel that we should investigate this sector in an attempt to trace the origin of these pulses. They may be a form of emergency transmission from some Tantalus survivors. We should investigate any possible signs of the Tantalus or its colonies. I'm concerned that there has been no contact with anyone and that there is no visible trace of them ever being here, sir.
Yes, I'm very concerned as well. Power. Engineering.
Sir, due to the design for colony platforms we use, we are only able to have a total of 16 installations active on the platform at one time. I wanted to be sure and clarify that with you, to help you in laying out plans for our future colonies.
Correct. Also, she says active, just built is already 16. So we're gonna build our housing here, keep that nicely together. Offline. 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 And we need to up this. What we need generically, I'm always aiming for 150 or 150 energy, and then about 100 and 100 from this one. So we'll go for exploration mission launch. And we want to find some energy first. Energy is the most important thing because your plane flies on energy. So get your energy up to 150, then get the ore up, not the other way around. There we go. There's a bit of energy, and if there's energy over there, then there will be more energy there. Excellent. That's 11. 18. Fly, my pretty. Oh, nothing there, no. There's a bit of energy. 30. There we go. Leave. No, I'm not landing, because as long as I don't land, it doesn't refuel, and as long as it's not refueling, it's not using any energy. And energy can only be at, what's it called? On proper islands. It cannot just spawn in water. Also, these tiles are round. They're a little globe in themselves. How is that possible? I don't know. But they are. It's a new solar system. What can I say? They do weird shit. 15. Let's fly this way. There's some energy. What you will notice is that you won't be able to find the last one. There's a useful scanner in here that will show you where the energy is. However, it takes a lot of energy to use that. So I try to avoid it as much as possible. Grab as much energy as possible without having to use that thing. I think it's down there, right? There it is. Alright, now let's find some more energy. That was there, wasn't it? Yeah. So I'm trying to just stay in the neighborhood of the energy, because there will be more colonies here, and they will need the same shit. Energy, resources, etc, etc. There's a bit more energy. So that's our third full load, so that makes 90. In a few more. Let's see, do we have energy here? No. There's the energy, that's 2. That's 5. There's energy. Now what happens if we hit 0 energy here? The plane just crashes. Now, I will show you a crash animation, but not yet, because we need to build more planes first. We only have 4 and they're a bit expensive. And we found some robots. That's nice. A museum dedicated to the history of the USS Tantalus. The last few panels of the whatever that word is shows the starship being dismantled and the fusion engine being transported to gas surface. Idiots. I mean, how are you gonna rebuild the ship again? You can't. You don't have shipyards. Well, at least we know they've arrived here because they set up a museum. Alright, so we're unable to find, or we're not able to find any more energy, so what we'll do is we'll hit the scanner button, see whether that's this. Blah, there's the rest. And I also noticed that the scanner is going so slow that I need to upgrade the, what's it called, my DOSBox number of cycles. Let me just do that right now. I'll tap out of here for a second, because I'm playing it probably at a too low setting. Where are ya? Where are ya? Yeah, I'm playing it at 12,000 cycles. I would recommend upgrading it to 23,000. Let's continue. Alright, so our fuel is really low, 257. it's better to land. As you can see, we've got 136. So we're just gonna go grab the last 30, and then we're gonna get ore. And you can see the scanner goes a little better now. There it is, lovely. There we go, that's the last energy source, and after this we're gonna grab the ore. Excellent, nicely fills up the tank, it's 30. Let's go there, unload. Start scan. Awesome. Generically around a landing site or a colony site there usually is some ore and some energy. And yes, this is the slow part of the game where you have to set up everything, find the resources. Why are we not using the Tantalus resources? It's because they will run out really quickly. It's better to start semi-self-sufficient. I think there was more ore here. Yeah, there's more ore there. There we go. Take 14, we'll take 18. And again, now we have to be a little bit careful. 171. Take you up. So what you can do, if you notice that you're low on energy, I don't think you can crash actually on this map here. You can only crash it while you're in a tile, but in case you're in doubt and not certain, just press leave. Leave auto jumps you back to the colony you started from. We need a bit more. Exploration launch. I think the minerals are around here. Probably not. How'd I do? That makes 18. Do you have some more minerals down here? There. And some more energy, always useful. Now, the good man said E7 as well. If you look at your PDA, he said log investigate E7, so we're gonna do that straight away. And since we're low on energy, I sort of know still in E7 where it is. It's on this island here. So this, the first one I picked was mathematics research. This is astrology, and you always get a little bit of a pop-up. Name this area Copernicus in honor of the Polish astronomer Nicolaus Copernicus. Funny story that, right? I worked for a university, and we named all our servers after important people. And at one point, I get called down to the head of the library. The head of the library. She was a clever cookie. So I sit down there and have a coffee with her, and she goes like, I know why the first server is called Archimedes, and I know why the other one is called Erasmus. But can you tell me, why is the student server called Copernicus? I said, what? Yeah, the student server is called Copernicus. So I completely confused her. Show me. So she shows me the shared drive. I go like, right, Copernicus. And of course she asked me not to share this story with anyone, and within half a day the entire university knew. Because I'm a bitch. Alright, 148, that will do. Now, the time has ticked along. How turns work, right? Turns go very slowly. It's a turn-based game, but you can't stop the turns. So the turns go very slowly, but every time you enter a tile, the turn gets up by 1. But this stuff doesn't increase, so turns to build, it's still on 3. They will probably have gone down from 5 to 3 because we've been playing a little bit. There we go.
Captain, the blue crystal we located on Gaia is most interesting. It can be used to focus our scanning beams and thereby allows us to isolate certain sectors on planets that meet our criteria to be inhabitable.
So this is the replacement scientist, and you always need a German scientist. Alright, can you go and probe Prometheus? Yes, you can. So Prometheus is very close now. Take 10 and launch. Then we're gonna go to our colonies. We have one here, and you are gonna go and explore. You're gonna bring some people. Now, you might say, hey, those habitats are not done there. As soon as the building has been built, you can start shopping people down there. Launch. And unload and leave. And exploration. Launch. Unload and leave. Now we're gonna leave 10 people here because there's always gonna be something to investigate, either a blood filter or better food machinery.
Captain, as we make habitats aboard the Calypso, we'll program the cryo chambers to awaken 50 colonists at regular intervals, space permitting, of course.
Very good. So we've made some habitats here. We've got like 100, 100, 100, and we're just waiting for more people. So we're gonna save those 10, and we're gonna go to the new colony, New Terra, and we're gonna build some energy, and we're gonna build some factories. Let's make this the factory area, then we'll build here the energy area. Yeah. I'll take 2 of you. And I'll take you. Change, mine and siphon. Change, mine and siphon. Change robots. You can go online, you can go online, you can go online. As you can see, that it does go slowly ahead, even though our speed is very slow. And we'll build another energy and another energy. That puts 4 energy, and we've got a lack of humans. And you go and build more.
Invention complete.
Yay! Invention is complete. So the invention we discovered, turn 47, tech manager, is this one here. May help improve future factories. So you'll get a lot of these. May help, may help, may help, and then when you got like 3 of them, you can improve a factory. So it's not like you straight away find a new factory. It's a lot of may. That's 9. We've got 10 people left. We can straight away build another factory. Mine siphon. So yeah, for construction you usually need more robots and humans than for the actual operation of it. So we'll get some humans back, but not a whole lot. So that's 4. And that one. So we're gonna skip time a little bit, get these factories done. Navigation.
Our scanners are probing Prometheus. The telemetry data will be downloaded into our ship's library, sir.
Thank you. So if you now go to your view the PDA, and you go to the library, you now have a probing data on Prometheus. 1/3 larger than Terra's moon. Lovely. Power. Engineering.
Captain, our first habitat is now complete on Gaia. We can begin shuttling some of our personnel to the surface to start building up our colony. We should make this first colony as self-sufficient as possible.
Very good point. Self-sufficiency is very important. Power. So we will do that. We will focus on making it self-sufficient. And to be self-sufficient, what you need is plus ore, plus energy, plus life support. Humans will breed, and you need plus robots. Plus robots is very important. Plop. So we've got our navigator.
Our scanners are probing Hermes. The telemetry data will be downloaded into our ship's library, sir.
Thank you. I'm surprised that the Rhea ship hasn't arrived yet.
Captain, I've requested some of our personnel on Gaia establish a target range near our first colony. This way our pilots can get some practice for bomb runs and laser targeting in the unlikely event we should ever need it. The current range has been established at Sector F0 Gaia.
Thank you, Commander Williams. And so that is that one, that is that one. You guys are up and running, you guys are up and running. So we're making a profit at the moment. However, we will probably jump into a loss shortly, or we can leave it like this for now. We'll leave it like this for now. Once I've got 200 people, we can upgrade these guys to hold more. What happens if you have 200 people? You can upgrade your habitats. In that case, they go to level 2, and they produce more life support. At that point, we're gonna add another factory and start building planes. I can do it right now, but then we'll lose life support constantly. Colony manager. We're still waking up people, but we only have 11. We need a lot more than that. So you go. Where's my probe mission? Alright, the probe for Rhea is arriving next turn. And as you can see, it arrives with only 100 fuel, and that's why I've packed fuel in all of them. Building a starbase or a space station doesn't cost anything. And then they can straight away refuel. And we can do some scouting on those planets. Let's launch the bombing run. F-Zero. Now, let's get these graphics for combat. Aha, look at that. Bomb, gone. Another one, gone. That's right there. Gone. Gone. Let's target this little island here. Nothing there, nothing there. Alright, so we're not finding the last one. Let's do a scan. Now, for those of you who aren't colorblind, you'll notice that this is actually a purple dot that's blinking. So, white dots are for resources, purple dots are for other stuff, blue dots are for science. So purple are usually interesting things. We'll drop a big ass bomb on it. Boom. Gone. And that costs a lot of energy, dropping a bomb. So yeah, so I'm not sure how well the colorblind people can see them, but dots do make a difference here. Let's see from our PDA, what else do we have? Log. At the moment, nothing. We've done everything. Beautiful. You have 11 people. We need a lot more than that. There's nothing in the tech manager that we can research. So our scientists are still busy figuring out that blue crystal. And while they're doing that, what we're gonna do is just go to our colony. Oh, we got a message. Navigator.
Our scanners are probing Rhea. The telemetry data will be downloaded into our ship's library, sir.
Thank you. So now we've got Rhea and Hermes. Library, so Hermes. Hermes slightly larger than Mercury. And it's exactly like Mercury, just a bit larger. And about 1/3 larger than Terra, so it's a bit bigger than Earth. I think Gaia is about the same size as Earth, right? Slightly smaller than Terra, so yeah. So we're gonna go to our colony and make sure that they're still running a profit. They are. And we're just gonna skip time a little bit. And since you guys are running a profit, we're gonna keep an eye on these guys because you have 60 more people, and that is excellent exploration. We need to get these guys up to 200 straight away. Unload, leave. Because with dispatch, you are going up to launch. Unload and leave. This will take them up to 150. Science.
Sir, that magnetic crystal from Gaia will help us make an ecoscope, a device which allows us to scan a planet's surface from orbit. With it, we can locate sectors suitable for colonization. We will have to invest some of our scientific resources into making this ecoscope. The necessary amounts are listed in the tech manager.
Excellent. So that's what he's been doing. He's been figuring out what this crystal was doing. And now he just needs the research department to help him out a little bit. So we're gonna go there. So I want this one here. And press the event. This is the cost. This is how much we've got available. So it only costs 2 astronomy, 1 math, and 1 physics. All the other ones are not involved. Invent. There we go. And that straight away gets deducted. And then it takes 7 turns to do that. I'm just gonna wait a little bit, see if we get more humans.
Invention complete.
Hey, Tech Manager, the ecoscope is done. Reveals habitable sectors on planets. So the two people just breeded another person.
Sir, one of our personnel on Gaia has transmitted a report about the planet's surface. It's in the ship's library if you wish to examine it.
Of course I wish to examine it. That's why you sent it to me, my good man. So, where are you? Surface report. See, and this nicely fills out. So there's a lot of flavor in this game, which is quite nice. They will do this on most planets. Well, on some planets. I think they also do it on Rhea, but not on the other ones. So you've got a total of 154 people. We need a bit more. So let's see if they open up another block. Wake up another block. Excellent. There we go.
Sir, we should use our newly fashioned ecoscope to find other inhabitable sectors on Gaia. For that matter, we should be able to use it on any planet in the system. According to Navigator Giacomo, all of our ships will be fitted with this device. This way we can scan for habitable sectors on any exploration mission we undertake.
Excellent. The good thing is he's sent information to those other probing ships, and they've already got it. So the little robot droid just installed the whole shebang while orbiting. Well, they are good like that. You go there. Unload, leave. And one more flying mission, exploration. Take a bit of this. Launch. Unload. So currently these guys now have 200 people, but they will not instantaneously say that they can upgrade, so we'll have to wait a little bit for that. There we go. So be careful at this point. If you hit all three to upgrade, this number will go down massively. So it's better to do one at a time. Unless you have the luxury of having the Calypso in space with a ton of life support. But I don't want to really waste that much life support. That's 13, communications.
The last of the main memory core has been rebuilt. The final message we have received from Earth to date was badly damaged. I have salvaged what I could.
We have lost some data from our ship's computer due to the intensity of the magnetic storm which knocked it out to begin with. I have recovered all that I could and inserted the entries into your PDA.
Thank you. So I'll go and upgrade you. And we'll upgrade you. And then also, this will put us at, this will give us a room for you. Change production of vehicles, very important. You want to keep the vehicle production going, and I think I need another power plant.
Captain, the life support generated in our habitats on Gaia contains certain biochemical compounds that can only be harnessed from the biological elements on Gaia. Without these habitats, our pharmaceutical production would come to a halt. If that happens, we won't be able to produce the necessary vaccines and antitoxins required for our existence here. In short, we begin dying off slowly. But as long as we keep 2 habitats online on Gaia, we'll have no problems at all.
Lovely. So yeah, we've got 2 habitats online on Gaia at the moment. We're just gonna finish this one off, make sure that we have a balanced colony. So we're making a little bit too few energy. I think with you that should work better. 19 energy, and when are you done? 1 turn. Lovely. Alright, so we've got a balanced colony, 16, 6, and 17, and we're making 2 robots, and we're making 1 plane, right? Yeah, vehicle. Lovely. In that case, exploration. We will take 30 of you, launch, and let's find ourselves a new colony site. So, this is the colony button, that one there, and there was a site here. So we're gonna build a new colony, we're gonna unload, and we're gonna repeat the whole process again. Find more energy. as you can see, we've got electronics, bits of amber, several more species, and the other one didn't have any special text, so that's just part of the more species. There's more energy, and then we're just gonna fly back. There's some more energy, and there's some more energy. Leave. Load engineering.
Our first task at any new colony will be to make a habitat. If we don't have living space at our colonies, any personnel we send there will die. As a general rule, sir, we should always try and make each new colony as self-sufficient as possible. Other tasks may take priority, however. I would recommend at least one habitat, factory, and power plant at each new colony.
I completely agree, love, except that we need a bit more than that. We'll take you, and that's it. Lovely. So we should be at 60 energy. Your energy? Yes, your energy. When you do scanning, of course, you try to keep it in mind where the hell you saw these things popping up. Is there anything? No. Let's have a look there. Lovely. Lovely. 21. Ah, bugger. Let's just scan for it to see where it is. So that's on the green bit below the big lake. Okay. Big lake, green bit. Could be above that one there. There we go. Let's get some fuel. How are we doing? 99. About 50 more should get us going. I think with this run we'll get the rest from the first colony. I think there was some more energy here. Alright, this is pretty good. Let's go grab this stuff. After that we'll grab the rest from New Terra. What I generically do is I fly a bit, then turn around the other direction to see if I can see anything. Lovely. That is good for the energy. Let's go there. So let's fly here. There's something. There's something. And if you see one, they usually are more around. Awesome. That should be sufficient for 165. Yeah. Exploration. Let's plunder this stuff. 10, 11. So this might hopefully get us well up on our way to 100. I think New Terra, oh lovely. Did you see that one? That popped the tank full straight away. That's 12. I thought the other one is here, right? Yeah. So we'll grab this a lot as well, and then we're gonna go to New Terra to grab whatever we need to finish off our colony. The good thing is you will get better planes, so you don't need to fly back and forth so much. So the next upgrade, for example, has more fuel capacity and more storage room. I think it upgrades the storage room and doubles it. Something like that. We shall see. It's been a while. As in, it's been like 10, 15 years, except for the first run, in which I only tested the setup of the colony. 900, yeah. There we go. We'll take that one. We'll take that one. Lovely, lovely. Excellent. So we're now going to go to New Terra, borrow everything we can borrow from them. Now this is very important. It has 60 life support. Don't drag it all away. Even though we're running a profit, they will use it at different intervals, so this might go down a wee bit. If it goes down, factories will shut down. So we're just gonna grab 10 and leave 20 in store. Similar for robots, similar for humans. You have to pay a little bit of a price for them at random intervals, so we're gonna leave at least 20 of each there. Exploration. In your case, we're gonna leave 19. Launch. Unload. Leave. And we're gonna go to the colony here. So they have everything to get started with. Do we have anything? Nope. You go to Calypso. Transport. Calypso. Launch. Leave. These guys should be producing a plane shortly. In the meantime, you guys are gonna build some habitats, and it's gonna be fairly straightforward. We'll build 3 habitats. As you can see, New Terra has produced a plane. Exploration, and we'll drag away. And there we go, they've dropped down to 3, even though I left more than that behind, or I've gone batshit crazy. That's not what I wanted to do, but I did it anyway. This is really something, they only have 3, so we're just gonna wait for the plane to arrive at Calypso. There we go. Explore. Bring 30 back down here. Unload, because everything will grind to a halt. If you take too much away, it'll grind to a halt. You need a lot more life support and a lot more droids. Exploration, we will take launch. Unload, leave. Launch. That puts you nicely at 90 robots. That should hopefully be sufficient for the time being. Exploration. Unload, leave. And we straight away bring as many humans down there as well. So we can upgrade the life support building straight away to the 2nd level. We will need 2nd level. We need to get that balance going. Alright, let's have a look at the colony. How much do you have? 90. Yeah, that should be sufficient. So we've gotten the 3 habitats going. We now need power. Start at 3 power, and we'll start with 3 of you guys. You are gonna do mining, you are gonna do mining, and you are gonna do robots. So we're still good. Yep. We'll probably need to get some more life support. So we can straight away build the rest of the buildings. Unload, leave. And we'll probably have to dump 1 more life support on there. And leave. So, colony number 2, please. There we go. And we need you. Change mine siphon. Mine siphon. Change robot. Robots are essential. And we'll need some more power. And power. And now we have a lack of robots, but we'll free some up once building is done. So we're gonna skip time a little bit. saying that, how many people do we have in this colony? 150. We need to drop 50 people more. And that's purely so we can straight away upgrade again. Generically, I'm against upgrading, unless you really need it. I would avoid it and just do it at the main colonies where you really need the people. Then again, on this colony on the Calypso, you can just drag everybody off. If we would have needed to do some research on the Calypso, they would have complained about it right now already. So this gives us 240 people. Excellent. Alright, let's wait for this one to finish. How far are you? One turn. Alright.
We want to investigate an idea for greatly improving our food reserves. If we succeed, we won't have to worry about famines while our Terran crops adapt to the new environment.
So this is one of the two events. That means that we don't need the blood filter. And for that we need biology. Alright. So we're running a loss in energy here at the moment, so we're just gonna see if we live long enough to get the energy going. Boom. Now we're running a loss in ore. There we go. Are we breaking even? Yes. Navigation.
From the probe data available in the computer library, I recommend we begin colonizing Rhea as soon as possible.
Well, it's a good recommendation. I mean, it's Earth-like.
Sir, our second colony is coming along nicely. In my opinion, it is best to make a colony as self-sufficient as possible before moving on. Eventually, we do need to explore other planets of the system. Scientist Houseman may be able to suggest which planets are suitable for our needs.
So let's wait for this one here. So at this point, yes, we're running a loss in life support, so we're going to upgrade you. And again, we're going to be careful with this because it's very easy to lose a lot of life support. So I'm making a profit. Nice. Upgrade. Military.
Sir, after examining all data we currently have on Gaia, I feel that there are several sectors where any colonists from the Tantalus would have set up communications or defensive arrays. I suggest we send teams to explore sectors F-29, F-30, and also sector G-27 for any signs of the Tantalus or her crew. I'll enter these coordinates into your PDA. The pilot of the Rhea probe has detected the heat signature of what appears to be a group of buildings in sector G-17, sir. I recommend we investigate that sector for traces of the missing Tantalus colonies.
So the chase is on. We're gonna find them Tantalus people. What we're gonna do first though is we're gonna upgrade you as well, make this one as self-sufficient. And then we're gonna go and chase the Tantalus people. There we go. So we have a self-sufficient colony which does +4 robots, which is brilliant. What we need, before I forget it, is we need science. So we're gonna do science as well. Change production, biology. Let's give this a little bit. Still self-sufficient. It produces biology, so we can research the food production thingy. And you have one plane. That's fine. New Terra. You have one mission. That is space station around Gaia. And take with you 30 fuel. Launch. So we've got a third colony now. I was about to say fourth colony, but it's not arrived yet. Hang on. Plop. SSG. There we go. So that's our space station, and from this space station we can just launch exploration missions. Explore, launch. What did the good man say, or the good woman? She said F-29, F-30, and G-27. Let's go to G-27 and then do the other one. G-27. There. Now don't scan straight away because there might not be anything in the sector. There we go, sector cleared. So I didn't waste any fuel, F-29. So don't be too trigger happy by hitting the scanner. Just give it a couple of seconds. Yeah. Leave. F-30, right? it's not complaining that there's nothing there. Ooh, look, buildings, planes, nice. An empty building, art center. You walk through the rubble of what was once constituted the main radio communication center for Gaia and the rest of the system. The settings on the main prop to indicate that the last message broadcast sector A0, B1, C2 and D3 on Prometheus. Lovely. What are you? A ship bearing the insignia of the Tantalus is parked here. With minimal effort, your engineers can restore the ship, adding another vehicle to your fleet. Lovely.
It seems I was correct, sir.
Damn right you were.
Our team has located the remains of a radio communications node on Gaia at Sector F30. We should try to trace the last signal to see where it may lead.
You are absolutely correct. Military?
Sir, one of our scanners is getting a faint echo from a sector on Gaia that is near our first colony. I suppose it may just be some natural rock formations, but without a closer look, we won't know for sure. There may be some humanoid installations there, we just don't know. I suggest we do a flyover of C0 and maybe C1 to verify the scanner's reading.
Let's do that. Leave. So that's why I've got a space station here, because it can now just bounce around the planet to see where all these clues are. C0, C1, C0. You just need to keep an eye on the energy levels on that station. And occasionally just drop down, grab 30 energy, and that should get you going again for a while. And C1. Generically, if they usually point you in the right direction, so droids. Loads of droids. Inside the ruins of a huge warehouse, you find these shelves containing unusual coaxial cables. These memory cables may be used in some kind of developing more efficient power conduits. Lovely. Around this area, you find several robot crews that bear the insignia of the UNS Tantalus. The robots are still working condition. They've just run out of power. A quick trip to the nearest site and they'll be fine. Lovely. Now, generically, I would drop them off here, but I kind of remember a little bit of a spoiler that I need to build a research lab on the platform here, so I already have some robots here, which makes life a little bit easier. View the PDA, then we have, that's done, Rhea and then Prometheus. So let's go to my vehicle manager, orbiting Rhea, space station, Rhea. Let's run out of fuel. Ah, bugger. Alright, so you will be stuck there for a wee bit. I'm not sure I ever can get rid of this guy now. Oh well. We shall see. Where are you? Prometheus.
Sir, it would appear that the coaxial helices we retrieved from Gaia are prototypes of a better method to harness and store the output from our power plant. This must be from the crew of the Tantalus. You may want to take a look at the proposed invention under the Technology Manager station.
Lovely. So, view PDA. That's wrong. We should not do view PDA. We should go to Tech Manager. So we're almost there for biology. However, we also need to get physics done. However, I'm seeing the time, it's 8:15, so I need to get ready to go to work. So what we'll do is we'll save it here, and then pick it up hopefully tomorrow again. 100, yeah, you've got plenty of fuel. Alright, so we'll save it here, options, save, and we'll save it right over the new game. Do you want to override? Yes. Alright, so we'll pick it up tomorrow. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Au revoir, take care, and see you tomorrow. If I can find OBS to stop streaming. There we go, I found OBS. Alright, that's it now. Bye-bye.